Hi folks, it's Nick here. You've caught me on a beautiful spring day in the UK. I'm still preparing for my big trip around Europe, getting ever closer, and just wanted to provide a very brief update on the bike and the camping gear. So many thanks to all of you who made recommendations, suggestions, observations, comments in general on my last couple of videos. Been really useful, and a lot of the suggestions were in answer to the question I posed about whether I had the right camping gear, because if you've seen the video you'll know that I was quite chilled during the night, and I overcame it by throwing my biking jacket over the top of me, and that sorted that out, but it's not ideal. So the suggestions varied from ditch the tent, use hostels and hotels, valid point, but I am trying to keep to a certain budget, and I sort of like the camaraderie a little bit with the camping side of things, so we'll see how that works out. There are also many suggestions about preparing for the coldest climate that I'm likely to encounter, and de-layer or use extra ventilation when I reach the warmer climates, which seemed a very valid point. And then there were others who were saying that the tent would be fine. The major problem is the sleeping system that I have. I had very low value, R-value sleeping mat, and I needed to address that. So lots of really good comments, and having gone through them all, my decision in the end was to, one comment in particular said, if you're camping for any length of time, consider a bigger tent. Just give yourself a bit more room and comfort. And so with that in mind, I started looking around at 3-person tents, and one cropped up which I've now purchased, which is a Vango Tryfan 300. So it's a 3-person tent, gives me that more room, but it's also really configurable. It has sort of similar number of mesh panels to my Hewolf, but you can zip many of them closed. Not all of them, you've got to have some ventilation in there, which seemed great. And the configuration of the 2 doors is brilliant. It's a 2-part tent, fly sheet separate. You have to put the inner up first and then the fly sheet on. You can't combine the two, but you can sleep obviously with the fly sheet off. Open all the panels, just close off the mesh ones to stop the bugs getting in. So that looks really good. So that's one thing I've changed. And the other is the sleeping mat itself. As I say, I had an R-valued 1.6 sleeping mat. It was comfortable to lie on, but I got really cold at night. Recommendations are go for something above 4. So I looked around, and still have to consider budget, unfortunately, but I'm hoping I've got a good one now. It's a Sea-to Summit Camp Plus SI Long. The SI being self-inflating. It's got an R value of 4.3, so hopefully that will do the trick. Haven't been able to test them out yet because I've only just received them, but I will be doing a couple of test runs before my trip, so I'm looking forward to that, and I'll give you an update once I've done that. But I will give you a view of the tents side by side. And so to the bike, 2022 model. I'd already fitted the Hepco Becker high bars. I've now fitted the Rally Raid engine bars, which come with a skid plate which looks fairly substantial. Obviously there's a bit of decrease again in ground clearance. Still got to get a radiator guard for it. I've also fitted the SW-Motech ion pegs, so the rubber does come off the top if required. I'm going to leave it on for now. And I have the shad soft luggage rails. That's really just to stop anything getting anywhere near the rear tyre. I'm also looking at the moment at some Lomo dry bags which sit lower, which I think might be better. And the sat-nav is now mounted on the 12mm bar behind the screen. I meant to say with the Rally Raid, the other downside apart from the reduced ground clearance is it uses the pivot sleeve for the centre stand, so you can't have a centre stand. But apart from that, I think I'm sort of very nearly ready to go. I will be fitting the bark busters or similar handlebar and lever protections, and looking at replacing the tyres because I'm on the standard OEMs. But anyway, that's just a brief update. I'll let you know how the tent works out in the next one, and hopefully see you then. So bye for now.